Hi, I'm Dawn. Let's look at how to save time by creating text entry shortcuts in Microsoft Word with AutoCorrect. You've probably seen the Word AutoCorrect feature in action because it automatically corrects common writing and spelling errors when you make them. So for instance, just type in a word like TEH, and if we hit a space bar, any punctuation, hit the Enter key, any of these will trigger AutoCorrect. And now we see that it's quickly changed the correct spelling, and also the first letter is capitalized. This is AutoCorrect. Here's one of my common errors that's built into AutoCorrect. Accommodate. Space, enter punctuation, and now the word has been correctly spelled. So Word comes pre-configured with hundreds of AutoCorrect entries. But the real magic here is you can also change how AutoCorrect works and even manually add entries for custom text entries. So first, let's look at how AutoCorrect works. We move to the File tab and then Options. Next, pick the Proofing tab and select AutoCorrect Options. So here we have the AutoCorrect tab, and this is where you can change the features that you might not want to work with. So notice capitalizing first letter sentences or the first letter of a table cell. Even if you accidentally have the cap lock on, AutoCorrect can turn that off for you. And in this bottom half, here is the replace text as you type. So there are over 500 entries that are already built in. On the left-hand side, this is what you would type in, and on the right-hand side is the correction. So it can be a way to create a symbol, often it's a spelling error, but it's already built in. So as you are typing, AutoCorrect is right there waiting to fix or correct that entry. So it's good to keep in mind that if any of these features are triggered and you don't want them, that is, you don't want a particular correction to take place, all you need to do is undo. Either the undo button or Control-Z. AutoCorrect is one of several automation features in Microsoft Word. Others include Auto Format as you type, which you can see here, and Auto Text. Look for our video in the link above and in this video description on how to customize or turn off automation features that get in the way, or you simply don't want them. So let's go back to AutoCorrect. In addition to the built-in entries, you can supercharge your typing with your own AutoCorrect entries. To do this, we simply type in a shorthand entry on the left-hand side under Replace. First, we always want this to be lowercase. That way Word will recognize lowercase and uppercase versions of this. This is a shorthand for the name or company or phrase or some other commonly used entry where you want to type in this entry and then have Word automatically populate what you will put on the right-hand side. So here's an example. If you want to type in your name, someone you work with, instead of having to type the entire entry, we simply come up with a shorthand. Now it's important to keep in mind that you don't use an acronym, let's say for your organization, or something that you might actually use in that short form. And now all we'll do here is add. Let's exit and try this shortcut. Anywhere in our text or in any Word document, I simply, when I want to bring in that shorthand, I will type in that shortcut and notice what happens. I'll put in my punctuation and automatically here is my entry. With these kinds of built-in entries, it can certainly save you time without having to continually repeat something you use over and over again. So it could be a phrase, it could even be multiple lines. Let's try some examples with formatted text. So here we have some text format. It might be a scientific formula, or in this case, text that has superscript or subscript, and we simply can highlight exactly what we want to store. Now in this case, I've turned on the Show Hide feature. You'll find that in the Home tab. This is because I don't necessarily want to include my hard return at the end here. I may want to include a space after it. That is, you highlight only what you want to have be part of that AutoCorrect entry. Next, let's go back to File, Options, and Proofing and choose AutoCorrect Options. So notice here, because I have the text highlighted, Word already recognizes it. All I'm going to do is change it here to formatted text. And my shorthand whatever I'd like to be able to call up or bring up this information. I'll go ahead and add that, and OK. And let's create this one as well. Here's the same idea. What do I want to type to get this? I want the formatted text, which means that whether it's subscript, superscript, italics, whatever it is that you want to capture. And we'll go ahead and add it, or I could just choose OK. Now let's try these. Remember that was our shorthand? It brought it in using the font. It has the change to the font size. So those are some things to keep in mind when you're using a formatted entry. The same thing applies when I put in H2O. You can also delete any entries that you don't want or no longer need. So the first thing is to simply find it in the list. It's really easy if I type in the entry for that. If I no longer needed this one, I could select it and choose delete. There may be built-in entries that you'd also like to delete. For instance, if you create manual outlines in Word with numbered items such as paren, CE, close paren, you may want to delete this entry as well, which is designed to give you a copyright. And that's our look at how to save time by leveraging the autocorrect feature in Word. To learn more ways to be productive with Word or to join my free tips newsletter, visit thesoftwarepro.com/word. If this training was helpful, please subscribe to this channel for other time-saving software tips. Thanks for watching.